Hello and welcome to Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au, as we do each and every Thursday night, looking at the card of racing this week from Rosehill Gardens. Hopefully a lot of best bets coming your way, plenty of value on the show. And Mike, we've got through the carnival, we've got through the standalones. It's a nice chilled vibe going into this weekend.
It's much more chilled. Doesn't the winners still pay the same, but a much more relaxed vibe on Saturday. Chilled out day at Rosehill Gardens on Saturday.
Yep.
Then we're off to Nowra to watch hopefully Aurora Florentina, a wet track as well. Winter racing. You can find a few roughies, I think. Oh,
you've done that in the past, mate. It was only winter a few years ago. The race guy was actually born off some winter racing, wasn't it?
It was an all-up 2013 February, $9, Diamond Drill into Successio and a couple of others. Big collect, decent investment, I think, the Race Guide.
Yeah, well, it's good to know that we're still funding the industry and the Race Guide. But there we go. Let's have a look now. All the conditions this weekend, Mike, as we have a look at Rosehill Gardens, because there's just beautiful autumn weather out there at the moment.
It's crisp, it's cool, it's 20 degrees, light winds, 20% chance for a shower, but it should be okay. The track should be fair. They'll edge off rails. It could be a little bit laney, so maybe near pace is better, but no excuses. Good 4 to soft 5.
Okay, nice track pattern there for Rosehill Gardens. And let's have a look at the meeting, Mike. As I said, we've gone through the standalones. A lot of the action now up in Queensland, but we've still got a nice few good races to look forward to here, including the Lord Mayor's Cup.
Yeah, we'll be looking at that one for sure. Staying race and the feature. The first race, the Highway Tricky, will skip that. Race 2, the 2-year-olds will skip that. But 3, 4, 5 are all good betting races. Then race 7, the feature, and race 8 are best bets appear in the 4X handicaps.
Okay, had a few of those last weekend up at Suncorp
Straight off Magic Round.
For Magic Round, but we are back into racing here this week. So let's have a look at race number 3, the first one we're going to have a look at this weekend. And as we get into the market, we've got $4.60, Saint of Catawitz, up from Melbourne. 2 big wins for the Mar Eustace camp. Mensa Missile on the second line there at $5. Got the easy lead at Newcastle and did it easy there. Kobe Rocks, $6. There's some money there on Thursday. Wide Fresh, then only just nabbed at Canterbury with a nice gap back to third. Another Melbourne visitor here, Charlize at $7. We've got Tectonia, $7. Hasn't missed a check for a while. So reliable, this horse. And then Ruby Tuesday at $8.50. Went hard in the lead last start, but a couple of Melbourne visitors to keep our eye on this race, Mike.
Saint of Catawitz. Have a look at the second replay. Just not sure about that form line. Just have a look at Kobe Rocks. Last start, Canterbury, 1,250 metres, heavy track. I think the Bjorn Baker stable likes this horse. One last prep, coming up the inside, which is a hard thing to do. Then one first up very well. Then comes this race second up. Led was very tough. They smashed Sarah in the betting. They thought she was going to win by 2 or 3, but he fought back and he was very, very brave, Stu.
Yeah, well, that's what we like on this show. These horses that can fight their way, not always to victory. It can happen in behind.
Yeah, very good. Lennon in third, strong form race. The horse ran 4th, should have won on Wednesday. The horse ran 5th, did place on Wednesday. Depth in that form.
Okay, so let's have a look at one of these Melbourne visitors. As
why,
you said,
why is his favourite?
Well, we're having a look. Where are we here? We're going to Kyneton, Mike.
This is a benchmark 58 at Kyneton, and it's not a normal benchmark 58. It's a terrible benchmark 58. The horses that came second and third were running 20 to 1 in previous races. They came into 6, 7 to 1 in this race because it was so weak. I know it was impressive. I know it won. I wish I owned the horse, but it shouldn't be favourite on Saturday.
Well, it is favourite. It was $4.60, I think, there, as we said,
starts
in the market.
Starts at 10s and gets lapped.
And we've already got a bit of controversy here on Key Factors, but that's what we're here to do. Try and find you a winner and hopefully sack a few favourites. It looks as though this one has a lot of work to do there on the form.
The tab guides need to, I don't know, explain themselves. I think Mensa Missile, Charlize and Kobe Rocks, all hard to beat.
All right, let's see if this favourite has got anything left in the tank. Track distance and conditions.
I think the Country Horse, Too Good to Be True, beats at home. It's progressive and a one last start well.
Okay, there we go. Country form over Kyneton form. What about the speed map here, Mike?
Maybe the speed map's a tick. There's a few that stalk the pace. Kobe Rocks, box seats, kicks up the inside. Serena as well, and Saint of Catawitz gets a good map spot. Okay,
well, a little bit of gold finally there for the favourite, but nowhere near the rest of the field here. Kobe Rocks out on top here, but a few others with a little bit of gold. The favourite does a little bit of catching
I like how you're saying the favourite because you can't pronounce the name. I can't either. Too Good to Be True with progression, and Serena as well.
Saint of Catawitz gets some gold there, but it was Kobe Rocks by a length from Charlize and, of course, Mensa Missile there, Mike. So, look, from the get-go there, we pretty much looked at the odds. You've jumped in straight away and said we are not going to be playing on this favourite. You've given us a lot of reasons why. So, let's have a look a little bit wider in the field because that's where it looks like we're going. Kobe Rocks, it's only out by a length, and look at those 4, all under double figures. So we've got the market here, but the favourite way back.
Yeah, 3 horses I like. Charlize, I like her, but she'll get back with an apprentice jockey, so just risky, maybe a small win bet. Mensa Missile, good on pace, but there was an inside bias last start, and it's risky as well. It can mix its form. So Kobe Rocks is the one that's reliable. The stable likes him. I like him. Tough, on pace, each way all day.
All right, there we go. One favourite to go under early on, but it's Kobe Rocks there in race number 3 to get the race card started at Rosehill Gardens. The next we're going to have a look at is race number 4. It is over 1,200 metres, and as we have a look at the market, it's Blondo, one of the shorties for the day, $2. A lovely fresh winner, Gossett, exploding away there. New lease of life, obviously, as a gelding. Iron Power, $4.80. Obviously, return there in that Blondo race. Unlucky, gets a weight swing here. Sharaterra at $9, resuming. We've got Ramstein, $9. Another one there through the Blondo form. And then it's Snowfire at $10, resuming off an OK fall trial. Some form around Ramstein fresh last time in, and out to Queen Quiet Ride, I should say, at $11. But Blondo and Iron Power, Mike, they are right at the top of the market here.
Yeah, Blondo gelded back to 1,200 metres. He is not a miler, he is a sprinter. And he showed this first up at Gosford. The tempo was hot. He likes a wet track, and he was dominant. He's flying this preparation. He could win again. Iron Power, though, big, strong in the yard, a little bit hot with improvement to come. Gets held up to the 200 metres. You see him shut in by Blondo there.
Yeah, right there.
Gets to the outside, hits the line well. He could turn the tables, Stu.
All right, so the big question out of this race is the form, Mike. We're running 1-2 here. How's that going to hold up?
Well, I think Blondo's very, very progressive and hard to beat. But you can always see in the picture he's more athletic than the second horse, who I think will love a dry Rosehill.
Okay, well, there's a look at the replay there. We're just honing in on one for the race. Obviously, a few runners coming through that. So that looks to be the right sort of form lines in the race here. But it's not just about the form. It's all about the price. It's all about the ratings. It's all about key factors. So let's light a few of them up here,
It's all about the favourite, isn't it? Blondo, light him up.
Well, it is there early. Let's see if the others can have anything to say about that. Where does Iron Power get to with track distance conditions?
Well, he's a Hong Kong galloper. It was England before that, but he likes a dry track. He can improve. Rhymestone back to dry track improves, and Quiet Right too, but they need to make up 7 lengths.
Okay, so they gave the bookies plenty in race 1, but it looks as though they got the right sort of odds here. Blondo, Iron Power. What about the map?
Well, he maps closer to the pace than Blondo, so you've got to give him a kicker.
Okay, so gold there for the second favourite. Look at these two absolutely streeting away here in our little mini race. And, well, Mike, as always, this is always a big one, isn't it? Progression.
Well, I think it's a 2-horse race, and this is a big one, but I wasn't sure what to do. Blondo, Waller second up, I guess he improves. Iron Power can taper second up, but new stable, with improving the yard, he could improve. Okay,
well, that's why we like looking at key factors. When you see two of these horses absolutely bolt in by, 4 or 5 lengths, these two have just cleared out in this race. So this looks as though it's becoming all about price, Mike. I know you don't like backing $2 favourites, or definitely not on this show. So let's bring in all the ratings here and, of course, the prices, because, well, you basically said it at a speed map. You're saying Iron Power is just going to get in a nice spot and potentially be too good for the $2 favourite?
I was about to back the truck up and put a massive bet on this horse, but looking through his last 2 preps, he's such a hard trying horse that runs well first up and second up, maybe a length or 2 behind. So I'm worried about that, but in a 2-horse race when one of them's 480, it is still a decent bet. Iron Power's the best bet for us.
All right, we're taking Iron Power there. $4.80 the second favourite to turn the tables there on Blondo in race number 4. We are 2 down at Rosehill Gardens. Plenty more to come after the break. Welcome back to Key Factors as we have a look at the card at Rosehill Gardens this weekend. We are up to race number 5 and it is over 1,200 metres. A benchmark 78 for the fillies and mares. And as we have a look at the market here, Turnstile, well supported, $4.40 into $3.60. Led and raced away last time out and is definitely on an upward spiral. And that could be said too about Sarah, $6. Interesting to see what the progression stats through the Key Factors do for this horse. Lilymore at $7, resumes, like the trial, and is a dual winner fresh, but it's got the outside gate to contend with, gate 13. Cafe Royal, $8.50, another one that won impressively first up. We've got Exotic Ruby at $9, good return there. And of course, out to Mirror Vision at $13. But Turnstile, Mike, I know you like this horse. I know we've had it once or twice on the show. What do we know about it?
Well, I backed it first up and it was unlucky then. Did I back it second up? No. Nope. James Mack, wide barrier, went straight to the lead, flew along and belted them, Stu. Won by a massive, massive margin. the best rating she's ever produced, but it was a wet track, it was a home track, and we've seen Bjorn Baker horses do this before. Frosty Rocks won by 8, and came out next start and got beaten. So the very skinny quote, you'd think she might regress off this peak performance.
Okay, but goes to the front again and could get its own way?
No way.
All right, there we go. There was the question. Let's have a look at a couple it's up against here. We're looking at Exotic Ruby here and, of course, Willow Heart just a couple of weeks ago at Gosford, Mike. Importantly, this is over the 1,200 metres, so they're all sticking at the trip.
Well, watch poor Willow Heart, who was sent out at a rate of knots in the lead as she got to the Gosford turn and went, what is this right-hander? I just can't handle it. And she doesn't really like a wet track. I think she's a hidden dry track and she fights on okay. Exotic Ruby kicked up the inside, probably wanted to be out wider, and she's a dry tracker as well. 2 forgive runs, and they still ran okay, Stu.
All right, all this profiling, mate. You look at some of these horses, don't you? You know them absolutely back to front, but that's what the race guide's there to tell you all about. Let's have a look at all the key factors here for race number 5. And as we have a look at the form, well, there's one we saw, Turnstile.
Well, there's a couple of horses that we might have forgotten about. Lilymore was flying last preparation, Starla was flying last preparation, and Turnstile is flying.
Yeah, very good point. Lilymore never too far from the action. Let's have a look now. Track distance and conditions.
Big risk for Turnstile and Sarah away from wet. Lilymore likes it. Exotic Ruby will like the dry track, and Willow Heart, a big kicker for her. Okay,
so plenty of gold across the page there, but Lilymore's the one that goes out to a length lead. Now the speed map here, Mike.
I think this is the horse that finds the lead. Willow Heart, light her up.
Okay, so there's Willow Heart right down the bottom and some nice juicy odds there, levelling up to Turnstile, but they've still got a length to make up on Lilymore. Who's got the progression?
Cafe Royal is a nice type improving, but can she do it away from Newcastle? Exotic Ruby improves second up. She had improvement in the yard, and Redute's Image goes pretty well fresh.
Okay, so you've asked a couple of questions throughout this race, but it was Lilymore that pretty much went to the lead early on. Turnstile never far away. Willow Heart did its best late work there throughout the key factors. So nice little race here, I think, Mike. The market, well, it was basically skinny enough, wasn't it? So let's have a look now, bringing all the ratings in, because we've had a look at a few of these replays. There's a few little concerns here on some of these horses by what you've been saying.
It's a mare's 1,200 metre sprint, so there's going to be 2 lengths between the top 6.
Well, that's what we're showing.
Don't put your bank balance on it. Turnstile, look, 360 just too short. Lilymore, I want to back her, but I just want to see the yard first. $7 first up from a wide barrier. I'm going with the forgive runs. Exotic Ruby doesn't like a wet track. She can improve second up. And Willow Heart leads at Rosehill. Chris Waller, Tim Clark, $21. She has to firm.
All right, beautiful. Okay, so Exotic Ruby there and Willow Heart, so some nice value there in race number 5, which gets us now to race number 7, the feature of the day. It is the Lord Mayor's Cup over the 2,000 metres. And let's have a look at the market here, because one horse has been absolutely smashed, and that's Parry Sound. $6 into $3.80, inching closer to a win for the new stable. It was flushed wide and forced to go a long way out last time. Polly Gray, $6.50. Too strong in the Gosford Cup for Tommy. Nice gap back to Woogok there in third, but up in the weights here. Grey Lion, $6.50. Zaki and Polly Gray come out of that JRA plate. Meets Polly Gray better at the weights here. Woogok, $8.50. Set the speed there in the Gosford Cup. And looks like Elvis, oh, you're going to be tipping it again tonight, mate. $9, 2,000 metres, surely not.
I didn't back him in the Scone Cup, and if he won, I tell you what, I would have thrown something to the TV. Parry Sound, $3.80. Rock solid. Settled midfield last start at Gosford, 2,100 metres wet track. Made a mid-race move to settle outside the lead, and he fought on really, really well. Unlucky not to go close. High opinion. We know him. He always gets back.
There's one of yours.
He likes the wet track. He needs them to run about 13 or 12 and a half seconds last 200 metres to catch them. And they don't usually do that at Rosehill Gardens, do they?
No, look, they don't. Look, so the big question here on that Parry Sound ride this day, you know, got flush out, but it was still right there at the finish. That's the main thing.
It wasn't really wide for that long. I think he fought on pretty well. But he is going well and it rated okay.
Okay, all right. Let's have a look at one of the favourites here. And, of course, that is Polly Gray. We've got Woogok in the race and Stockman, who was a little bit disappointing this day, Mike. But, well, look, Polly Gray, it's had a lot of racing there in Melbourne. We sort of profiled that. It likes the wetter tracks, but it's going to be back to a dry track this week.
Yeah, and everything went its way this day. Woogok as well, everything went his way. Easy to lead in front on a soft 7 track, which he likes. I don't think he's got a chance on Saturday. Polly Gray, I guess she's a mare in form that handles the distance well, but she is 10 starts for no wins on a good track, so if it dries out, she's a risk. Stockman completely out-sprints around the tight turn, winds up late. Yep. If the tempo's on, he could surprise. Okay, so look for Stockman maybe getting home late based on the tempo, and that's what we're going to get into now. All the key factors here. Let's have a look and start our little mini race. We're looking for the gold bars in the Lord Mayor's Cup.
And here we go, Mike. Who we got? It's Polly Gray.
Polly Gray won. It looks like Elvis was massive last start, wasn't he?
He was. Over the mile. But this is a different story. Let's have a look now. Track distance and conditions.
He will hate the 2,000 metres. Why are they doing it? Parry Sound will like it. Costello improves the 2,000 metres. And Mr. Marathon Man, no jockey booked on a Thursday, but he likes a soft track. OK, so this is looking like a good race. Parry Sound, Polly Gray, and looks like Elvis all right there, Mike. Now the map. Well, you just know that Parry Sound and Grey Lion are not going to be too far away, and they're both going to be right in the finish. OK, yeah, Parry looks to get into a lovely spot here. Out by a length, what can the favourite Polly Gray do here with progression? It's been up for a while. I gave him a pat at Matty Smith's stable on Sunday. Grey Lion, he's looking well. His belly's trimming up. Costello has to improve, but he's very risky in night, sort of. Don't forget him. But you might prefer a wet track. Don't worry about the form. Just give the horse a pat when you see it. There's the tip for the day. But it's Parry Sound. They're out by a length, but a few others right in behind. Polly Gray, Grey Lion, and of course, looks like Elvis. It looks like quite a nice open Lord Mayor's Cup. We haven't even mentioned the Lord Mayor in its namesake race either. Let's have a look now to bring all the ratings back in for a tip in the race because, Mike, the money came for Parry Sound. I would have liked to have seen an extra length there. The fact that it's won, that's still good to me. But you've made a little case here for Grey Lion. Elvis is there. Polly Gray's there. Where's the value? You've given me such a good intro, and I have got absolutely nothing, Stu. This race is beyond me. Parry Sound's about the right price. Grey Lion's about the right price. Polly Gray, I think she'll drift on if the track's drying. I don't know what to do, so 2,000 metres at Rosehill. Lay Woogok by the sounds of it. I'll lay Woogok, but I'm going Chris Waller. He runs away, big odds, 3 wide no cover at Wagga, and he's just huge odds for a Waller 2,000 metre horse. All right, a big value race. Go for value, and he runs away there in the Lord Mayor's Cup for us, which leaves us with race number 8. It is the 4X Handicap to finish the day for us on Key Factors, and we've got another short price favourite here in Ellsberg, $2.50. The 3-year-old's first time out of the placings there at Hawkesbury behind Exo Boom, who obviously ran well last week, returns to a track he enjoys, and Timmy Sticks here. Kerwin's Lane into $8. Like the way he got to the line fresh. Archana at $9. Runs well space this preparation. Third up now off the back of 2 trials. A big winner on the heavy. The only go here beating Kerwin's Lane. And of course out to Arapaho at $11, the ex-French import. Third up now off a good run in the coast there to the end in the wall behind Brandenburg, but it draws 13. But Mike, we've got another short price favourite here, Ellsberg, $2.50. Yeah, he's a better horse this preparation. He walked into the yard first up, he dominated, and he dominated the racetrack as well. This is first up when he found the lead on the rails on a softish track, and he put them away, Stu. He was so dominant. He's done this before when he's found the lead on the rails. Second up, the Gerald Ryan stable can regress second up, and he did that when he settled outside the lead, which he doesn't like. Third up, cut out of the ground, he maps to lead again. Expect a big turnaround on Saturday. OK, and one of these profiles, Mike, I mean, so many of these horses that you have, Rosehill to Hawkesbury, back to Rosehill, that sort of style. Well, it was Randwick first up, but yeah, I think he likes just this track conditions are fine for him, but if they're coming right to the middle of the track, it is risky for a leader. OK, yeah, always interesting to see how horses, they just love some courses. Let's have a look now at Kerwin's Lane, Mike. Where's this? This is over the mile, isn't it? You know this race, Stu. What are we talking about? You backed him this day. You told me on a Wednesday before Key Factors you like this horse. I didn't tip him on the show, but you still backed him. And God bless him, he got the inside run and ran down Spirit Ridge. This is serious group level form. And he was unlucky first up, and he gets Brendan Abdallah back on again. He is right in this race. Nice big gap back to third there. That's what we like to see in a few of the replays that we show here on Key Factors. All right, race number 8, late in the day, Rosehill Gardens. Hope the pockets are full, but let's steer home with another winner. Well, hang on, look at this. This race is on. Well, nothing is flying, and light them all up. OK, but Ellsberg is $2.50, so the favourite backers will want to see some gold bars here as we hit the finishing line, Mike. Does it do it with track distance conditions? Archana, I think, is the one that likes the conditions away from the Kenzo, but if it dries up, it might be a risk getting back. OK, now, what about the map here, Mike? Late in the day, 1,500 metres. Big kicker, Ellsberg, leading on his own. He loves it. Kerwin's Lane, Abdallah settles near pace, gone by outside the leader, and Jazzland probably box seats, but could lead, which would give Ellsberg a purple bar. OK, all right, we'll get that in. You're never sure what's going to happen. All right, now, Ellsberg, case he's saying it's going forward. It might just kick. Has it kicked enough? Who's got all the progression? Well, I think Ellsberg has got progression, but I haven't got it there. Kerwin's Lane can improve opacity, can improve second up and impasse. Why not? Why can't he win again? He won well first up.
It did, and Opacity was oh so unlucky in behind there. Okay, so it was Kerwin's Lane that levelled up to Ellsberg there. We've got Chana there, a length behind, and of course Opacity, hopefully a little bit more luck this weekend. So, I like this, Mike, the favourite.
I like it too.
It was only just there at the start, but it got a big kicker there throughout the key factors. But $2.50, it doesn't sound like we're going to be jumping on board unless a few conditions come its way.
Exactly. Do not back Ellsberg on a Thursday night. Wait for the rails pattern. Wait to see if they're staying near the rails, and then you can back him on Saturday, especially if he parades well. If you want to bet on a Thursday night, you can bet with us. Kerwin's Lane, $8. He'll keep firming. Stu loves him. I love him. He's got a massive motor. The one we haven't even talked about, Akari. Two very hidden runs, unlucky the last 2 starts in a row in black type form. She can win at huge odds, Stu.
All right, well, let's just make it the best bet there. Akari, but we've talked about plenty in that race. It's a nice end of the day there. Race number 8. Stick around after the break. Plenty more coming your way. All the other best bets for the program, and of course, a $100 hot seat. Well, welcome back to Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. We have had a look at the card at Rosehill Gardens. As we said off the top of the show, it's nice and relaxed doing the form this week. We've found plenty of value there. So let's have a look at the rest of the card here, Mike. I know we brushed over a few of these races early, but look at this. Look at the value across the page here, mate.
We are on for another all-up. We can set up another race guide. Cat Gully Red, near pace, $8. Blow Dart, thanks to Ray Kruger for the tip at $23. The form lines line up. Kobe Rocks, $6 box seats and wins. I Am Power at $4.80. Is Powerful Exotic Ruby back to a drier track. Atonement, so tough on pace if she stays in Sydney. He runs away tough as well. Akari, the best value of the day. And Spencer, he sticks like glue at $26, Stu.
All right, look at that. $4.80 all the way out to $26. So
you won't see us next week if the
lovely
gets
spread
up.
of bets across there for the summary. So, which ones, importantly, have you chosen for the $100 hot seat, mate? Because someone might not like to back all 9 races. They just want to hone in on a few. Which ones have we got?
Well, we'll have some cash on all 9 races like we always do, but for the formal strategy where we bet a little bit bigger, $10 Kobe Rocks at $6. It's firming and might keep firming. $20 I Am Power, Adrian Ciclitano, spotted in the yard first up. He's given us that tip at $4.80. Exotic Ruby to a dry track, Willow Heart to a dry track as well. And the race that we like, Kerwin's Lane, 10 at $8. And the big go of the week, Akari each way. We love her.
All right, at $23. So plenty of value in all the best bets. Plenty of value there across the $100 hot seat. You've given a couple of shout-outs there to a few guys as well. And while we're at it, a big shout-out to Dave Stanley, of course. It's his birthday today.
All day, Dave. All day,
all day, Dave. That's
all
what we're going
day.
to be doing at Rosehill this weekend. But head to theraceguide.com.au for all your feature profiling. Good luck on the punt this weekend. Hope it's a winner. I hope you have a nice, relaxing day out there.
Have a good weekend.